Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Escobar, NATO 14.2. One housekeeping from the Warsaw Pact turn, I forgot to announce their PSYOP. They had an IRBM up here still in counterforce, and they moved it down here to counter value. Okay, repair. NATO is spending a total of 14 battle stars to repair the minor army base in Bulgaria and the minor army base in Benelux. And then they also have an amphibious assault ship in port at the minor shipyard in Scotland that begins its repairs. Okay. Tech. I'm really liking this thing. I wish I would have got one a long time before now. Tech. Advanced logistics. Still trying long-range missiles on turn 14. This is ridiculous. This is just as ridiculous as the Americans still struggling with AMD on turn 14. Long-range missiles, advanced ASF, chemical. Finally, they finished. Actually, they did a clean sweep. No, they didn't. They missed advanced ASF. They finally finished AMD. It is about time. Advanced logistics is finished. I didn't mean AMD, I meant long-range missiles. Advanced logistics is finished, long-range missiles is finished, and they also hit chemical. It is finished, so NATO is now immune to disruption. All right. That was pretty good tech rolling. All right. There's no global operations. On Alliance nuclear, they can retaliate with 4 counter value weapons. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention up here. I made a mistake earlier. I shorted NATO a victory point for supply path from Lazio to M10. So the 2 victory points that were lost to the Warsaw Pact attack both came from NATO. The Americans remain at 8. Let's see, no military aid. Regular purchase. Here we go. 13 on 2 Marines and an attack chopper. 13 again on 2 MBTs and an attack chopper. 24 on 3 MBTs and 2 fighters. This time they're producing 4 cruise missiles, 2 anti-ship missiles. All right, combat movement. We're going to have some shenanigans down here. All right. Let's start off with... Come on, get out. 2 F-117s fly from Marmara 1, 2, 3 over here to Southern Caucasia for a battlefield nuke surgical strike. Then the B-1 from Marmara is going to fly 1, 2 ECM roll, 3 into Western Ukraine, and he's going to try to do a nuclear facility strike on that major army base, if he makes it. Then the 4 mechs in Bulgaria are attacking Romania. They're going to be joined in this attack by 3 A-10s from Marmara. An attack bomber from Marmara dropping battlefield nukes. 2 ASFs. An advanced ASF. Make sure that's it for that attack. Yep, that's it. Then we go up north. The attack bomber that is on this damaged supercarrier flies 1-2 over here to Akershus, where he is going to attempt a battlefield nuke surgical strike if he survives the air defense. And then the F-117 from Picardy is coming over to Rhineland for a battlefield nuke surgical strike. That's going to be joined by 5 cruise missiles. So 1 will be shot from Paris, 1, 2. 2 will be shot by the strategic bomber in Paris, 1, 2, that's 3. Finding my card. The cruiser and a destroyer from the fleet here are going to shoot 2 more in there, 1, 2. Since they now have completed long-range missiles and can do stuff like that, for a total of 5 cruise missiles. And I just realized I forgot to even plan an attack. This SSN 1, 2 up here to A5. These submarines up here to A5. So that's 2 SSNs, 4 diesel boats, and then a cruiser and a destroyer are shooting cruise missiles here. So the other 2 destroyers and 1 frigate will come up here to join this attack and suppress first strike with their passive sonar. And then the last one, oh, I forgot to mention, the spy satellite is being used for the Rhineland surgical strike. I figure it's better to do it there, because since he only has 3 dice, whereas the other ones attacking over in South Caucasia, there's 2 of them, so they get 6 dice, more chances at the lower value. And that last thing, 4 counter value SLBMs shot at Warsaw Pact. Warsaw Pact has AMD but does not have advanced sonar, so they will get 4 strategic defense shots. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is the nuclear surgical strike here in southern Caucasia. So there's nothing that can come out and challenge them. So we've got 6 dice of battlefield nukes at 4. 3 hits. And that is actually not too bad for a half value strike. Not too bad at all. So the Soviets are going to take the paramilitary and 2 early gen MBTs, as you would expect. So that's 2 air battle stars for NATO. And now we will go ahead and do, let's do the B-1 strike into Western Ukraine first. So we got to have an ECM roll for Romania there. A 1 does it, so he gets through to the target. 2 inherent SAMs get to take their shots at him. They miss. So here comes 2 dice of nuclear devastation. And it's going to be 7 damage. Not enough to destroy it, but they've got to, the Soviets have to spend money to repair it if they want to use it. So there we go. There's 7 damage applied there. All right, now we're going to do the Battle of Romania. So I'll get that stuff moved over here and we'll get with it. Here we go. There's no terrain between Bulgaria and Romania. So we've got the SAM on first strike. This is Warsaw Pact home country, so they have, focus in on that so you can try to read it. There we go. They have their Iron Sky. So that is 2 additional early gen fighter rolls. And I forgot to mention that the Soviets scrambled 2 early gen fighters in from Western Ukraine. So there's going to be a total of 5 early gen fighters rolling air superiority. And then, of course, the attack bombers dropping battlefield nukes. So here we go. So we got 3 shots from the SAM. And that's 3 misses. All right, now 2 ASFs. There's 1 air hit. And an advanced ASF, that's a miss. So there's 1 air battle star for NATO. Now 4 mechs. There is 1 general hit. 3 A-10s. Well, there's 3 land target selects. Very good. And then the attack bomber with battlefield nukes. And there's 2 hits there, so this goes up to 3. 7 hits total. Okay, now we have 5 EGFs on air superiority for the defender. And look at that, they got 2 air hits. So that's going to be 2 air battle stars for Warsaw Pact. Now they've got 2 early gen MBTs. Both miss. 2 MBTs. There is 1 land target select. And 2 mechs for 1 general hit. Alright, so we got 3 land target selects here. We're going to kill the 2 mechs and 1 of the MBTs. Take that off. 1 land target select by the defender. It doesn't matter. The only thing they have, well, it might matter. A mech is the only thing he can target. Take that off. 1 air hit is going to kill 1 of the Soviet MBTs, or EGFs. 2 air hits by the defender. They're going to kill the 2 ASFs. Take that off. Okay, 3 general hits. SAM and 2 early gen MBTs. 1 general hit by the defender. They're going to take it on the advanced ASF. Okay, early sky or iron sky is done. That comes off. These guys go to their normal place, and we go again. So there's 3 mechs for 1 hit. 3 A10s for 1 land target select hit, and the attack bomber for 1 general hit. 3 hits is how many they needed, so Warsaw Pact is wiped out. They got two EGFs and an MBT defending. And they got nothing. Okay, they're wiped. That was off. It's a land battle star for NATO. Fallout goes up 1 for South Caucasia, and then 1 for Romania. That's 2. Fallout's up to 68. Romania is worth 3. So that's NATO up to 49. Warsaw Pact down to 24. And that is a victory point for NATO. So they are back on the board with 1 victory point. Let me move these guys back. Okay, now we're magically transported up north. So let's do the surgical strike on Akershus. First, we have a shot by the defending Sam. He misses. Triple dice at half value. Nothing, they all missed. That's unfortunate. Okay, now we will have the sea battle here in A5. So there's 2 SSNs and 4 diesel boats with first strike. So here's the 4 diesels. Got a whole lot of nothing. 2 SSNs. a whole lot of nothing. All right, now there's 2 destroyers. Okay, there is 1 hit and a frigate. There is a 2nd hit. So the 2 that are hit are going to fight back. The survivor is going on silent running. And they got 2 hits on their way to the bottom. So, kill the frigate. No. Keep the frigate. Kill 2 diesel boats. Alright, and that is 2 naval battle stars for NATO. Let's get those on there. All right, now we're going to do the surgical strike on Rhineland. Warsaw Pact is going to do missile defense because it shoots higher, and they only have the F-117 is the only air target. So they get 3 AMD shots. One missile is shot down. 4 missiles go in. There's 1 hit, and they've got PGM, so that's a land target select. And then the battlefield nukes at full value. Nothing. So 1 paltry hit in the surgical strike, and that is this card. So yeah, they're going to target an MBT. I guess it was better than nothing. All right, now the last combat is the strategic. So I said 4 SLBMs. So Warsaw Pact gets 4 strategic defense rolls. Look at that. They shot 3 of them missiles down. Those dirty buggers. Oh, 1 missile. We don't roll that. I gotta remember. That's one success. So Warsaw Pact loses 1 victory point. They go down to 2. And then that's 2 more on to Fallout. So that goes up to 70. And that's the end of combat. Non-combat. Be pretty simple. I already brought the B1 back. I knocked him over, and when I did, I just moved him on back to Marmara. So, the attack bomber. Actually, I'll do this one first. This, the supercarrier and the amphib are coming out of port and joining the fleet. So they go over here on the card. And then the attack bomber is flying back to its carrier in M10 in non-combat. There we go. The 3 A-10s come back to Marmara. These 4 MBTs come over here to Anatolia. These 2 F-117s fly back to Marmara. So there's that. These two guys are kaput. Got to take them off. This attack bomber flies back here. F-117 over here. Instead of going back to Picardy, he's going back to Paris. The two mechs and the self-propelled artillery and the three paramilitaries are coming over here to Picardy. Just because we can, this paramilitary is going to sea lift from Sardinia to southern France. And one of these is going to sea lift from Sicily to southern France. And since there's really no threat to it anymore there, one paramilitary from Gibraltar is also sea lifting into southern France. We're not quite there yet, but almost. This amphib is repaired and will remain in port. Spy satellite off there, took them off there. That is it for non-combat. So now we're placing units. So, 2 fighters and 3 MBTs go into Picardy. Here we can find a spot for him right there. Okay, there's that. Now I gotta go get the others. I couldn't carry all of it at once and keep track of what was what. Okay, 2 Marines and an attack chopper are built there in Marmara, and 2 MBTs and an attack chopper are built in Bulgaria. That's all units placed. Walk around here, collect money. NATO, as we said, is at 49, and they do not get any bonus. So they're going to have to make do with 49. Whether they think they can or not, they're going to have to budget themselves. 49. I got a nice little pile of battle stars here again. $13 battle stars in the bank. And here is missile production. Well, I just broke a wing off that one. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.